tuned into Mixstation Radio Live. The views and opinions of the guests and the hosts you hear on Mixstation Radio Live are not necessarily those of the staff and the management of Mixstation Radio Live, its sponsors, or advertisers.
Can't do that.
Are we on? Hey everybody!
What up?
Welcome to Royale Urban Media. It's your girl Cortese and your boy
Chris.
Gang. What's up, everybody? Another Freestyle Friday. What's on your mind,
Hold
Chris?
I'm gonna check the comments, y'all. See who's joining our live. Thank y'all for joining us.
Oh, let me check.
I want to start today's show with a very special shout out to Be Creative.
Ooh.
Faith is hosting a pop-up shop in Baltimore area tomorrow, 6212 Ricestown Road, Baltimore, Maryland 21215. She came up with this event during the pandemic and wanted to get creators and businesses in the same building, creating a space where they all could cultivate relationships, build foundations, and also make a couple dollars together. Over 10 vendors, all black owned. Faith Joy has some special surprises going down tomorrow, so it's something you don't want to miss. Hit her up at To Be Creative on Instagram. It starts at 3:30 p.m. It ends at 7. Congratulations on your pop-up shop, Faith.
Absolutely. Can we get some hand claps?
Can we get a round of applause for To Be Creative?
Oh, and don't forget To Be Creative, y'all, on Instagram. It's an underscore at the end. Okay, Chris, you forgot that part, but I got you. I got your back. I got your back. So shout out also to Noodles. Hey, he said good vibes. Oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you all for tuning in.
Thank you, man.
Another Freestyle Friday. Chris has, y'all, he got so much on the menu, as he says. So I'm going to let him go ahead and take the floor if he
It's a Freestyle Friday.
Woo! So, that To Be Creative.
Look, she there. She watching. What's up, Faith?
Hey, Faith. All right.
What
you want to talk about first?
All right.
All right. So we actually kind of, since it's Freestyle Friday, I'm gonna tell you, me and Cortese was actually having a conversation on the way
Cortese
here.
and I.
I'm not being politically correct on the radio today.
Okay, so why can't I say hand clap?
Because that's like
go ahead
you
and
messing
finish.
up urban talk. Like,
I'm sorry, y'all.
Talk.
I'm gonna let him finish. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
A round of applause.
Hand clap.
We'll let you live. So, Cortese asked me, what if you made somebody uncomfortable? Would you care to know that you made them uncomfortable, or how would you handle it? And my initial reaction was, it kind of depends who it is. Anybody who knows me well knows, like, if I don't care about you, I don't care that I made you uncomfortable. I'm really blunt, so
I hear that.
If I made somebody uncomfortable, I wouldn't care to know unless I really care about you. If I care about you, then I'm like, all right, I won't do that again. But if I don't care about you, then it's like, oh, all right, well, don't talk to me. I won't talk to you. We good, right? And I told her I'm probably not the best person to ask for that reason, because, like, that's how I am, and I'm not going to change. So I want to know, Mr. Wilbur, how do you feel about it? Everybody watching the show, how do y'all feel about if you accidentally made somebody uncomfortable? How would you react to it? Would you want them to tell you? Would you not care for them to tell you? How would you respond? Cortese, let everybody know, what was your response to me saying?
Wait. What was my response?
We don't know.
Gosh.
No, I'm asking Chris. He knows. Go ahead and say it. Hold up now.
Cortese actually asked me to get more in depth with it because, like, it's certain people, that I care about.
Because you were saying it depended on who it was.
It does depend on who it is. Now, if it's somebody like I work with, and I like the person that I work with, and I don't mean like I mean like they cool for real. Mm-hmm. We got a good working relationship. Then yeah, I would just chill on whatever I did. I would change the behavior. If it's not somebody I like that I work with, then we're gonna keep it like completely professional. If it ain't about work, I'm not talking to you. If it ain't about work, I don't expect you to talk to me. Like, that's how it's gonna be. And it's pretty clear to know if I like you or not based on what our conversations is about, how much we talk, if I even greet you, because I'm gonna greet you, but you might get a pound if I'm cool with you.
Okay,
and if I'm not cool with you, you're not gonna get nothing.
So you say that you feel like that, and then my next thing was, so what if it was someone who you're around often? You guys both enjoy an event. You like to attend a certain event, right?
I know who it is.
No, you don't.
I do, but okay.
Who? No, you don't.
I do now, but anyway.
Oh, he's lying, y'all. But go ahead. So how would you come on?
And that's where I said it really depends on who it is and what it is. Like, I wouldn't care, honestly.
Okay.
If I don't care about you, I would not care that I made you uncomfortable.
If you don't care about them.
Yeah, you should probably just stay away from me.
Just stay away from me.
Because I would probably, I'm like the type, I would probably keep doing stuff to make you continue to feel uncomfortable.
But you wouldn't just want to know so that it doesn't create like an uncomfortable environment? No?
Why?
Because what if you was around them and they kept doing something that was annoying? I'm talking about like y'all enjoy the same, what?
I'm trying to think of a situation where somebody would be around me that makes me uncomfortable. That I would willingly invite myself to be uncomfortable to be around this person.
Okay, but
I do not invite myself to be in uncomfortability.
I'm trying to think.
Because you want to be somewhere where you're celebrated and not tolerated, right?
What's up, Chooser?
Okay. All right, so I just want to go to the comments really quick.
Hold on.
Be creative, also known as Faith Joy, she said, I would want to know so I don't leave a situation on a bad note or for a person to have a bad impression of me. And I agree with that, Faith. Like, without attacking Chris, I feel the same way. Like,
I got a kid for me to feel that way. I'm sorry.
But why don't you care? Like, what has happened that made you feel like you just don't care about that? And we know we got Prince Choose up in the comments, amping Chris up, talk about Chris a thug.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I take one.
Thank you. Yes.
I'm gonna call a spade a spade. There's a lot of people out in the world who are not genuine.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I try to be as much as I can, even how I feel about that is genuine for me, because like I have to have this tougher skin to be like, yo, I'm passing you the water.
Thank you, honey. Thank you.
If somebody is not genuine towards me, then I'm gonna feed them back that same energy. You know what I'm saying? And not in a sense of like spite. Well, it is kind of spiteful, but
you don't feel like that towards them. They feel like that towards you.
But like, if it's an innocent thing,
what's innocent?
That's why I need more details, more information.
Because this is just being a person in general. Like,
can we use Mr. Wilbur for an example?
Okay, sure, Mr. Wilbur. Are you available?
If I did something to Mr. Wilbur that made him feel uncomfortable, and he didn't say anything, and I continued to make him feel uncomfortable, then I would feel bad.
All right, give me a second. Mr. Wilbur, before you answer, okay?
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It is Rum TV, your girl Cortez, your boy Chris. Thank you guys so much that those of you who are just tuning in. So I asked Chris a question about being around someone
who makes him uncomfortable.
Who he makes feel uncomfortable. He makes them feel uncomfortable.
Then why is he doing?
But he doesn't know. He doesn't know. They never told him. No.
Oh.
Right.
Well, you know what? I haven't been in a situation. So what I do is I just, let's say I don't know I'm making the person uncomfortable, but you can feel that though, Chris. Come on, man. Come on. You
really?
can feel it though you're around somebody.
No, this person might really they really like strap it up. Like, no, it's no point in making a scene. Like, he don't know.
Keep it going.
He don't know. So it's like whatever, But he don't know.
Look,
but he is beating around the bush.
But what I'm saying is though, if they can't just tell you that something you're doing making them feel uncomfortable, it's something wrong with them. And that's part of the reason why.
But maybe you're not making them feel. But if they have to be around you and you're not making them feel comfortable enough to even come tell you, hey.
Yeah, but see, I have a very strong personality, so if you can't tell me that, we're probably not cool enough for me to care. Like, we just not. I'm sorry, but we not.
So, do you feel like that about people at work?
I'm cool with everybody at work, so no.
That's what you think you are.
No, like, I'm like, let me say it like this. The people I work with, if they had an issue with me, we have a cordial enough relationship where they would be comfortable enough to say, yo, that wasn't cool. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There should be some type of communication you have. And then I am the person, but I'm not the person at work to do something crazy where as though you got a problem with something I did. I keep things, like, I joke with people I know I can joke with. Mm-hmm. And if I feel as though I can't joke with you to that extent, I won't do it.
Right.
So I can't see myself. I might do something to somebody else to make you feel uncomfortable, but that's a problem that you got with you because I ain't do it to you. I did it to somebody else. You get what I'm saying? Like, I tell you, my Ashley, if you ever watching the show, you're gonna want to see this episode. So me and my one of my coworkers, Ashley, we have a handshake we do every day when we see each other when we get to work. And like, people be like, yo, that was hard. Like, oh yeah, obviously, they tight, right? And some people be like, they thought that they was, tight with Ashley, but the guy, Chris, that ain't been working here just came back. Or for you might have thought that I haven't been working here, but I've been working at my job for a long time. I left and I came back. So they'd be like, how do they have like this insane connection, right? And like I said, that's a problem you have within you. That don't got nothing to do with me. So if it ever made you uncomfortable, and I don't think it's ever made anybody uncomfortable, but for the people that it did, if it did, that's your problem. That's not mine.
Oh, wow, Chooser.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Chooser giving them the business.
Chris, read it out loud, Chris. Read it out loud.
Hey, yo, I got you. Because I'm pretty sure I had to talk with that person about it. And they kept doing it, so now it turned into a disrespect. That's 100% facts. But the next one gonna get you. Chooser said, if anybody ever make Chris feel uncomfortable when I'm around, I'm gonna make that person feel uncomfortable for a little time.
That's too much time.
For a lifetime.
Wasted time.
Chooser.
That's what's up, bro. I appreciate that, yo.
If you just make me feel uncomfortable, I just won't be around.
Gang, bro. I appreciate that.
I'm not being around you. You got order.
So that's how you feel, Mr. Wilbur. Just don't be around. If that person makes you feel uncomfortable, just don't be around them.
But that's how I feel.
I just don't. It's
why
a waste
are we
of time.
Inviting ourselves into a situation that makes you feel uncomfortable? That don't even make sense.
But if you are still like attending
functions?
Yes.
I'm in that. That happens to me in church. So
okay. So see, and that's why it goes back to like, who is this person and how much do I care about them? Because if you care about the person, then obviously you're gonna adjust your behavior. But if you don't,
hey Chris, let me say this. I have sung with people that I did not like.
Okay.
But because of our profession, you would never know it. I have been on camera.
That's what I mean.
Recordings and just done it because that's my profession.
So just on a professional level, that's okay. But other than that,
but other than that, I'm not hanging out.
Because
no
you know what?
I
can't even say that because it's people in my family.
Family.
In my family, that when we go to events, family events, whatever, dinners, whatever, like it is on a strictly greeting basis. They don't know that it's a beef, and they don't have to know, because the bottom line is there's factual things that have happened that I don't need you to explain. I don't care to hear why. I don't care to hear the excuse. I don't care to hear what else was going on in your life. Some things you just don't let happen. So when I come into contact with you, and this is something I'm gonna have to deal with God when I pass on, but I don't have no respect. I don't have nothing to say to you. What's up?
I got a comment.
Okay,
this is from my cousin, Mary Nichols Burns. She said, if you don't know that they are making someone uncomfortable, how can you react?
If they don't know. Exactly.
That's what I was saying earlier.
That's true. Shout out to you. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. So,
that's what I said
earlier. But you would want that person to tell you, or you don't care?
I mean, at the same time,
because you said both, so I'm kind of confused.
So my thing is like, if I'm not cool enough with you for you to just tell me that I did something to make you feel uncomfortable, then yeah, I don't care because why do you feel uncomfortable when you're not even comfortable enough to say that?
You guys are just thinking about things on a different level.
Is this somebody I just met? That's like, it's so many questions I have about this.
Well, it doesn't matter because if you're going to be around this person, why not just make it a positive environment? I'm just speaking in general, but you were on the phone. I was on the phone with you.
I don't think like you. I don't think like that. Because I don't think...
I'm not the only one that thinks like this. Hello.
But my thing is, like, if I don't know who it is that I'm making feel uncomfortable, I can't tell you, like, if it was this person,
so it goes back to round one. It depends on the person.
Yes.
Okay.
It does.
Okay.
Because...
You're mean. You're mean.
Yeah, you can say that. You can...
You're mean.
Did you say he's mean?
What's up, Jalen? What's up, bro? Hey, yo. I'm just saying.
Oh,
and you know what? It's a lot of people who do think I'm mean, but like anybody, that's why I posted what I posted from Steve Harvey. Because anybody who thinks something about you negative, they don't even know you. You don't know me. I mean, you do, but.
All right, I got another question.
Cortez just getting to know me, y'all. I'm not mean.
Shut up. All right, y'all. Another question, okay? So, you're on social media, and you see in your people you may know a family member, and you send them a request, and they don't accept it.
Right.
Whoa.
So, I want to know, how would y'all feel about that?
I just go on.
You just go on, but you be thinking like, "Dang, yo, you my family." Like, they are actively on social media. You can see that they post things, they comment on other family member stuff. But
that's, you know what, I'm totally beyond that. You know, it's just like, okay, if you don't accept it, you just don't accept it.
That's
Keep
good.
Life moves on.
That's good.
You know,
I had to learn that. Yeah,
like,
I had to learn that.
That depends on who it is, because like. Yo, people who know me know if I care about you, I care a lot about you. And if I don't care about you, I don't care at all.
Okay.
So it depends on who it is.
Even your family.
Don't care. Nope.
No. I'm cool with my family members, even if I don't deal with them.
So you cool with them, they just not cool with you.
And that happens a lot. Let me tell you something.
Huh.
Being family means what to you? I'm going to tell you straight up. People I hang out with, some of my friends, Cortez, Mike Kelly, Omar, Virgil, Will, Marcus, people I talk to regularly, they to me are family. If we have the same blood in our veins, we are related. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't get me wrong, respect to those people, but You to me fall in a different category of people. I don't have to follow you on Instagram. It's a ton of people in my family I don't follow on Instagram. It's a ton of people that are in my family that will message me or will text me or will call me, and I will not respond to you. Cause
why you like that?
Everybody has a motive. Don't matter if it's your family, your friend, your homie, your coworker.
When you say stuff like that, okay. I mean, I hear you.
I'm telling you some real stuff, and when you've been through enough to see that, to understand that, to realize it, you will change how you interact with people. And so for me, I just like a good vibe, the genuineness. If it ain't that, I'm not with it. Like, I'm not. It's people who, we've talked about this, who watch this show every Tuesday and Friday, who comment, who text us, who call us, who give us, criticism and praise on every episode, on our topics, on our energy, on all of that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. When our show blow up, how many people in your family you think is going to watch your show then?
Good question.
Yeah.
So when they hitting your phone talking about, I need a rack for this, I need that, and they know you got it, so they just expecting you to do it for them because you family. Is they still family then, or is they somebody?
They still family.
Nah.
Because that post that I had put up, you had posted it too about being humble.
Hold on, Mr. Wilbur got something.
Oh, go ahead, Mr. Wilbur.
Just on what y'all was saying, they say guys handle, this is from my cousin again, guys handle things different from women. Women want to know why. and get into our feelings. Men don't really care. This is so true.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true, too.
And I don't mean no harm. Like, hold up. I got something. Chooser said, being family is being loyal to each other at all times. Chris think like me from that thick, hard, and gangster background.
Everybody think Chris is a gangster. Mr. Wilbur got somebody. Shout that out for Mr. Wilbur.
Chris is not a gangster, everybody.
You're not a gangster. I'm going to say that. Deirdre Avant said, I'm horrible about accepting friends' requests or even really checking. So hopefully no one gets upset. It might take me months to do it. I'm not offended if someone doesn't accept it. I am not offended. Am I not offended? Okay, she's not offended by that.
She's not offended.
Right,
okay.
The person don't accept
good. You shouldn't. Yeah, you shouldn't be.
Up.
Right.
Me personally, if you begin to start moving different because my situation changed, it shows. You here? I'll give you an example. If I hit the lottery tomorrow, right? Let's say I won $1 billion. All right. If different people that I don't talk to regularly, start hitting me up for quote unquote genuine conversation, and then they wait a couple days and they ask me for a couple dollars. Why did they hit me 8 days ago?
Why didn't they?
No, why did they?
Why did they? 8 days ago?
They was creating this fixation of this
scenario.
Relationship that we now building. So they had the opportunity to say, oh, since we talking every day, we talking often, we cool, let me hold this.
Let me get that $20.
You know what I'm saying? It was not genuine from the jump, and you need to realize that. That's why I said it's for the people who don't watch the show, that all of a sudden start watching the show because we start doing numbers. People start talking about it around the town, and now it's like it's a good show. People want to talk about it, or people want to watch it. If your family members now want to watch a show, you don't ask yourself why.
But does that matter?
Yeah, it matters. It's not genuine.
Okay.
Like, to me, it matters. I'm sorry. It might not matter to you, but to me, it will.
Being genuine. Okay.
Yeah.
So we know that God looks at our heart, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know that. So you knowing that does what? Just keep them away? Keep you separated from them?
No, because, like, I'm not about to say, oh, no, you can't watch my show. But I'm not going to treat you any differently because you now watch my show. Like,
right. It
comes down to the people in the room, or the people who were in the room. You ever hear this saying, you wasn't with me when I was shooting in the gym?
I hear people say that.
That's what that means.
I say I hear you.
When you was putting that work in, when you was grinding, nickel and diamond, doing everything you could to get off the ground, to get your stuff started, whoever was with you then, that's who you take with you. All them people that came in on the trip because now you rising, you don't take those people.
They just there for the moment.
Exactly. When you down, guess what? They will all be gone. I promise you.
That's fine. We just think differently, right?
And we sure do.
you take all them people with you.
I was going to say, she going to carry them all, and I'm going to be letting them go.
I'm not, baby.
Strong as I am, I'm going to be letting them go.
And I'm not saying, I just feel like it's a certain way you're supposed to do things. And I'm not saying everybody have to go, but don't just carry people like we not family, or like I just don't know you.
I'm not gonna disrespect
I don't want to
you.
do stuff
I'm
like that. Because if I'm going to sit there and do something out of the kindness of my heart for a stranger, like, why can't I do that for a family member? Regardless of how they do things, regardless of how they think, what about me? And what I come in, I don't want to be that type of person. And it's fine. The way you think, I'm not saying you're wrong for them. I'm just saying we just not on that. You know what I'm saying?
And that's fine.
I know
because
that.
I really think that I've been through different things to get me to where I am, because I didn't used to think the way that I do now. Mm-hmm. But now, knowing what I know, going through what I've been through, I'm good.
Change the circumstances. Don't change the way you are.
No. I had to change who I was because there's a lot of naiveness to the way you think, the way you move, the way you process the appropriate response to certain things.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go out on a limb and just let my cousin borrow money because it's my cousin. Because at the end of the day, if my cousin only got my phone number from my mom so that he could hit me up, so we could quote unquote hang out, but long and behold, he needed us to hang out, so he had an opportunity to stage this question. Yo, let me hold $1,000.
Let me hold that grand, baby. I know you got that.
We ain't never hung out
Can you are you in a stable place where you can make that $100,000?
Don't matter.
Can you?
It does not matter.
But what if God looked at us like that though? I'm just asking you because I'm
not God.
You don't have to be. You don't have to be him to be on the same path, the same journey. Like, never mind. You just crazy.
I hear what you're saying.
Nah, I
might
hear
be crazy,
what you're saying.
but I'm not. No, because like I said, I understand that don't have nothing to do with God to me.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
that has everything to do.
But God has nothing to do with everything, so you can't say that. The beginning, and the end.
I'm not putting that in the pot. That's not. We not stirring that. What we stirring is
he can't handle.
That's fine. I don't agree with that.
Okay.
That's okay. I'm not even going.
Chris, God,
you know what?
See,
the problem with what you're saying is you need to.
Put that
same energy.
What about other people who think like don't make it personal? I'm just saying.
If that's how you really feel, we got a lot of work to do. You get what I'm saying?
No, I don't get what you're saying because you can be one way and other people just don't receive it that way. You are what? Did you just shake your head to that? Oh,
I don't want to make this a personal conversation.
Don't. I'm just because like I'm saying, it's other people that thinks the way that you think, and it's other people that think the way I think, and it's other people that think the way Mr. Wilbur think. Like it's no one way, you know.
That's true, but
that's
my
just
point
how
in what
we
I'm
feel.
saying is
We're entitled to that.
That's correct. So what I'm saying is,
Mr. Wilbur came over here and moved the light and everything.
You need a light.
No, I'm just saying. No. I'm just saying.
I'm just not about to be having all these handouts for people that
you don't even know if nobody's gonna hit you up. That's the funny thing. You don't even know if somebody
so
gonna
maybe
hit
they won't.
You up.
Maybe if they're watching this show,
you're
they
going by what?
know.
You're going by what? Have you ever came into some money and somebody hit you up like, Chris, I want some? Have that ever happened to you, or are you going by something that happened to someone else, or what you see in the movies?
Let's not.
It didn't happen to me.
I'm asking you. I'm asking Chris.
Yes, it has happened to me.
It has happened to you. Mm-hmm. Okay. When did you come into a large lump sum of money? How much was it? Let me get $1. Let me get $1,
baby. I know you got that $1. Come on, let me get.
But Miss Wilbur, you said it has happened to you.
Yes.
Care to share?
No, it has happened to me.
You don't got to go in detail, but
that's
like
what I'm telling you. That it just has happened.
Skipjack.
But no, he said skipjack without saying skipjack.
Skipjack.
I'm just saying
that's cute.
Happened. It has happened.
Listen,
okay, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened, but I'm just saying it doesn't happen to everybody.
You know what, Cortez? It's happened to a multitude of people, and to be honest with you, it don't even have to be money.
It don't have to be money.
You get what I'm saying? Like, no, real talk though.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
In relationships, Lord,
he crazy. Chooser is crazy.
No, like, it doesn't even have to be money. Like, it could be the state of fame, like your popularity.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll give you an example. Let's say Will Smith was really my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, as kids, I don't really mess with Will.
Mm-hmm.
We get older, Will get popular, and now I want to be with him all the time so that when that spotlight on him, it's like, who is this dude that's always with Will? Oh, that's his cousin Chris. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm being carried by his coattails at that point. That's not cool. That's not genuine. I don't really want to be around Will, but I'm around Will because I want that fame and that's not cool. And the fact that you think that's okay is...
What's up? Thank you for calling Rum TV. You on air with Cortez and Chris. What's on your mind?
Hi, Cortez and Chris. How are you?
Hello there, darling. Thanks for calling. What's on your mind?
Hey, guys. Well, I want to touch bases on the topic you were just speaking of about... borrowed money or hanging with people who wasn't with
want to come up
or looking for an opportunity from your loved one.
There we go. We'll come up.
Looking for an opportunity. Huh?
So let me update you. So the topic was, you know, the disingenuousness of someone and a relative of yours wanting to be around you for an opportunity to ask you for money or to share your fame or your platform, whatever the case may be. That's what we were discussing.
Right. Now, I was listening to both of you as far as your point of views are concerned, and I can kind of, it's 50-50. I'm on the fence with it. I can see where both of you are coming from. Now, with Cortez, I will say this, it's okay to love your family no matter what and to want to be there for them, you know, but you just sometimes have to recognize, I know sometimes we're just too nice, but you have to recognize sometimes when people are just in your midst to abuse you.
Right.
You know, if they can gain, if they can get something out of you, and they know that you have it, and they're like, oh, you know, so nice, they'll give it to me. And they want to be around you. They want to be there to try to get what you have.
But why should it bother you if you already know what they're about? Why does, if you already know what's up, why is it getting to you like that? Like, what?
That's not the point. That's why it's not.
Oh! I thought you was our number one caller. I'm just kidding.
You know what? No,
I'm just kidding.
But you were right on the dime with that one, and that's exactly what I was saying. Is that there's no other way to put it, and I'm not trying to be mean when I say it, but it's naive for you to think that you don't have to worry or you don't have to care about somebody being on your coattails simply because they need something from you. Do you let somebody walk into your house and make themselves a plate and leave out because they know you cook dinner for you and your family at 6 o'clock every day, and it's a little bit extra for them to go here and
somebody
grab
on the
something?
street?
Anybody. Your family doesn't matter. It's no problem because they know you made a little bit extra, and it's enough for them to make
coming
a plate.
over to get some of that.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I'm going to leave it out.
Bread. What? I gotta make him more food.
Okay, guys.
Wow.
So,
You're ridiculous.
So if I can chime back in. I do too also agree with you, Chris. You know, you want to recognize and know fake and phony people. You know, and fake and phony people sometimes you want to be there for people. You know, you call your family and loved ones and friends. You want to be there, but when you know that they have not been there for you, you know, could care less if you're breathing today or tomorrow, but yet they want to be in your face when they feel like you have something because they're trying to gain. No, I don't think that's fair. I really don't.
And it's not good for you to keep them in your company.
Well, sometimes you can't help that part because it's a family member. You know, and they could be close to another family member who's always around you.
I feel like if there's an understanding, and then it shouldn't go no further than that. If you want to know their hidden agenda, then ask them, yo, what you really here for? Okay, cool. What you need? Your head is get out my face. I ain't saying
honest with their hidden agenda.
Go ahead, Mr. Wilbur.
I got some for y'all. Okay, my cousin said, this is from Mary Nichols Burns. She said, I'm in litigation right now with a brother, Blood, who borrowed money, signed a promissory note in front of a notary, and now is saying that I forged his name.
What?
And see, that just goes exactly to what I'm saying. And then let me ask you this: how
are they proving that? How are they proving that?
Well, the notary, what will happen is when you go to court, the notary will testify that it was signed in front of them and that it wasn't forged. And that's the whole purpose of the notary. You got to pay to get things notarized.
Yeah, you do. So then after that, then what? They find out that he's wrong, and then they handle things accordingly.
Well, yeah, and then he has to pay out. The money.
So what's the problem?
But see, even beyond that, so at that point, how many people do you let ride your coattails before it's too much? Like you just adding unnecessary stress.
No, I'm just okay because I feel like people just take on, you know, like the Lord says to cash your cares, cash your burdens. You know what I'm saying? If you allow things to get you, then it's going to eat you up. If you allow it, if you already know about something, you already know what's up. Why you doing that? Why you doing too much?
I would love to refer back to a conversation we had when you did not have this reaction.
You didn't have that reaction?
No.
But you say you like change, right? And you change, and you were naive, so you used to be one way. You was just talking about that.
I used to be like you.
Oh, don't used to be like me.
But my change is we ain't doing that no more.
Okay, y'all heard Chris.
What's up, KL?
Y'all still got Mother on the line.
We still got Mother on the line.
Sorry.
Thank you so much for calling. Did you have anything else to say, Honey Bear?
Honey Bear.
Yes, I did. You're not going to get rid of me that fast this time.
Oh, no, that's what it is? Okay, I hear that. Let me
My
put this on.
apologies.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Cortez just said, if you already know how somebody is, why let it bother you? So it's not so much of it bothering you, but if you know how they are and they're coming to you for all this money they want to borrow and you know that their reputation, are you still going to give it to them even though you know how they are, even though you know that they don't really ride with you like that, even though you know that they were around just their game, are you going to give it to them?
No.
See, I told someone that I was going to stop doing something on the show, so I'm going to pick this time right now to stop doing that thing that I really, 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 really want to do. So I can just like revert back because I'm experiencing something, and then I find that when I change something up and if I see that it's working, then I'm gonna just go with that. I don't want to like be in a situation where I feel like, okay, I'm hearing from this person, then I'm hearing from this person, and that's supposed to just like change what I feel or the way I think about something. If it's not positive, then I just try my. I don't want to do that. You know, I've been through enough. You know, and like I said, I'm experiencing it, so I just feel like changing certain things up and not giving it too much energy when you know you shouldn't is sometimes the best. That's how I feel.
Go ahead, Chris.
I'm not.
Okay.
No, I've already said my piece on it.
Right, we all did.
I'm gonna tell you the definition of insanity.
Yes, sir.
Is doing the same thing over and over and over again and
thinking
expecting different results. So,
and that is so true.
We're gonna leave that there.
And that's true. But when does that come in when you talk about somebody doing something different?
All I'm saying is, if somebody disingenuinely hit me up for whatever,
even if it was a parent.
See, that's different because
even if it's a grandparent. Okay, so what are you talking about?
See, you can't use a parent because we're talking about people.
Oh no, we're talking about in general, right?
So
okay, then that's it.
No, okay, so like my mom and dad support Royale Urban Media.
Are you what? Are you asking me?
No, I'm telling you.
You okay?
So if I go big, they still eat.
But if you have a parent that don't, and then you make it big, then what? Then they want to come because we see this happen with like athletes and stuff, you know. So what do you do in that case?
If I had a parent who does not, I'm sorry, that parent would be in the same boat.
We had this show last week with the pro football player from Char
Yeah,
Hill.
you know what?
Remember, he said that his father. He met his father.
Malcolm.
His father, Malcolm, kept saying, look, nah. So now he making all this money. His father don't get to eat now.
But and see, and it's not a thing of spite.
No.
It's not a thing of like we gonna trash you, Dad, because you wasn't there for me. It's like.
But he said he was trying to be there. He didn't like the way his father was trying to be there. He was trying to be there. He was trying to change and do something different, but he didn't like the way.
What he said was what Malcolm said, and I can't quote him
right.
But from my memory, what he said was he was 18. He was living house to house.
Right.
When he tried to begin to have a relationship with his dad was trying to
be a dad. Like, I'm going to boss you around.
Yeah, and it was the way he was
doing it. I just said that. I literally just said the way. Did I not?
Yeah,
but you also left out the fact that he's already a grown man.
You're a grown man at that time.
Okay, so at what age do your parent just not be a parent?
I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is...
Oh, wow. Here we go. It's always another show. It's always...
Because it is another show.
Oh, my God.
Let me say this for that situation.
Never fails.
And it's not really fair for us to talk about that, but I'm going to say this in a generic space.
And we apologize, Malcolm.
Yeah, Malcolm.
We're just reverting back to make a point.
Offending you in any way,
shape, or form.
But so generically, what I'll say is, if my dad came into my life, even really at 16, 17, I would not have been mature enough. My head was not in the right place for me to be accepting to another man trying to tell me what to do. Like for a man, at some point you become your own, whereas you're not looking to someone to just come into your life and teach you something or to show you the right way. Like, you either have somebody who does that or you don't. Mm-hmm. And you stray off and you do your own thing. And it only gets worse from there. I've only just at 20, like, I'm going to say like 24, I've really, like, kind of pushed myself back into, not the nest, but in a situation where I call my dad more often to get the wisdom, to get the knowledge, to get the information, so that I can use everything that he know to help me continue to advance my life. And I don't try to just macho everything, like, and do it myself. Like, I look to him to say, yo, I need you to tell me what's going to happen if I do this. Because I think I can do this, but I want to know what's going to happen if I do it this way. And he'll be like, all right, if you do it that way, that's what's going to happen.
Right.
If my dad was not here from day one, he ain't who I would go to for that. And he's the only person I will go to for stuff like that.
Okay, so what do you say to those young men who don't have that?
Daughters and young men that don't have that.
I was just going to say, you might not have a dad to do it.
We're not saying a dad. We're just saying someone that you can, because a lot of people, I don't have this. I don't have this. Nobody. Can't tell you honestly,
but you know what? This is what I'm going to say, because my father wasn't there. And so what happened is that when I knew my father was there was other men in my life. And I'll say it, on the radio. It was probably two of them that was major in my life growing up. Uncle Nate from the church and Mayor Jack Young. Those are probably the two major guys when I was growing up that was around me. They was in my church. And so they both knew my father. They were both friends with my father. They hung out with my father, but he wasn't there. So I looked up to them. I spent the night over their house. They would take me out, me and Marcus. So, kudos to them for being in my life during that time, for being me and my brother's lives. I give them a shout out myself. But, the whole idea is that a lot of people don't know that it takes a village to raise a child. And thank God for that village, because those two men from the beginning, and they still support us today. They still support us.
Y'all, KL said there's always someone, the grandfather or another man, that takes the place.
Ken.
And to be honest with you, I started to say that, but Cortez specifically said if there's nobody else to do that. I'm going to tell you, I do tend to agree. It's to me, it sounds like it's next to impossible for you to go all the way through your life and have nobody you trust, no friends. Even if, and it's really sad to say this, but even if you have a friend that's not a great friend, everybody has at least one friend, somebody you trust with stuff. You might not even define them as your best friend, but you have somebody that you can go to in a situation. Go ahead, Mr. Wilbur.
Yeah, we have a comment by Colleen Wilson. I hope I say her name, Roy. She said, I think it's different for different people. You never know how you're going approach. You never know your going approach in a situation until you're in it.
Mm-hmm.
And see, that's true too. But so what I'll say is, I could never speak for a man that didn't have his father, because I had my father and my mother. I was blessed to have both of them. What I will say is, I can tell you, if I didn't have my dad, I know my homeboy. I talk to my homeboy Mike every day. I talk to my homeboy Virgil and my homeboy Omar almost every single day. So if I didn't have my dad, those are some of the people that I would talk to about those types of things. Because they're a little bit older than me and they've been through the things that I'm about to go through now. My homeboy, I got homeboys who are married. I got homeboys who are not married. I got homeboys who are getting married. I got homeboys who, own cars, own houses, own real estate, have money in the stock market. So anything that I'm about to dive into in life, if I wanted to dive into something different and I needed somebody to talk to about it, that's why, so many things you do as a child is important, like having those social relationships, playing football, playing basketball, playing sports, going to public schools. Not to say that you cannot get this stuff if you don't do those things, but you learn those things. I have relationships with my football teammates that I will have until I die.
Amen.
So, like, those guys, all my football teammates are older than me. If I hit Hike and say, yo, can you DJ this party for me? He gonna DJ a party for me.
Right.
If I hit up Wallace and say, yo, teach me how to ride a motorcycle, he probably gonna laugh at me like, bro, you can't ride no motorcycle. You gotta learn how to ride a dirt bike first. but he, like, you know, Wallace is type, he'll joke with me for a while before he really take me serious and do it. But he would do it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Everybody has somebody that they'll go to. It just may not be your dad.
So true.
So to me, I feel as though we got way off subject, but I'm gonna roll it back in.
Uh-oh.
It doesn't matter who it is that wasn't there when you started. It's about the genuineness of their approach. If they really back in your life to be back in your life, or if they really back in your life to ride your coattails,
right,
and use you for whatever they can get out of you. And Cortez, unless you got something to say, I'm gonna roll into something else.
No, go ahead. I'm reading the comment.
So somebody asked me this question, right? And I'm trying not to be hitched, but I'm gonna be hitched for a second.
Again?
Yeah. So this is a relationship conversation. So a man cheats on his wife. The wife finds out about it. Well, I'm sorry. The husband isn't honest about it. The wife finds out. She cheats and gets pregnant. And decides she wants to keep the baby.
You really changed the subject.
Danny?
Who is wrong here?
So say it again. So we have it again.
All right. So we got a married couple. The husband
married.
cheats on his wife.
He cheats on his wife, right.
Is not honest about it, and the wife finds out that he wasn't honest about it.
And she go out.
She goes out and cheats.
But
gets pregnant and wants to keep the baby.
It's not his baby. It's the other dude's baby, right?
Who's wrong
That's
here?
a mess. They both wrong. That's mess.
They both wrong, exactly.
They both wrong.
They both wrong.
Right. Yeah, they both wrong. Well, you don't think so?
I know. Like,
I mean, you over there.
I know.
That's a mess.
What's over there? You always look over there. What's over there?
They need to be delivered.
I am delivered.
They need to be delivered right there.
I'm nervous, y'all. I'm just going to sit over to the side.
You going to sit over to the side?
I don't know what is going on.
They both wrong, and we've had a conversation like this before about something like this, but I'm going to say this. I think when the question was posed, and I forgot to write this down, I think it was a question of who is more wrong, not if they were right or if they were wrong.
No, there's no more wrong. Both of them are wrong.
And you know, I said the same thing you said, Mr. Wilbur, but let me explain something to you.
Okay, explain it.
We cannot have this question on the show if person A, which is the husband in this scenario, doesn't initiate this chain reaction by cheating. Because the question is, who's more wrong based on this? Exactly, based on the circumstances of the situation. And had he not cheated in the first place,
it would not be this.
We wouldn't have exactly.
Understand.
So, with that, you know,
guilty
pose
by
a question.
association.
Well, no, he guilty
maybe
because he cheated first.
But
right,
it was in her. She did it. It was in her.
Right,
she did it. She did something back. So she was always like that.
And
she was always like that.
Forget that.
Wow, that's how you feel.
That's how I feel.
That's how she.
You know what? So I don't agree with that. I'm gonna just tell you this. I'm gonna tell you why. Every day in life, you are, and this is just my opinion, you are constantly evolving. The way you think, the way you move, the way you act, the way you talk, everything about you. You are constantly evolving. You see different things, and that makes you grow a different way.
Right.
So, why are you laughing?
Go ahead.
So to me, I'll say it like this: if a man is raised by a man who cheats, when he gets older, he's more likely, not necessarily, because there's a story. If you got two twin boys, and one of them grow up to be an alcoholic, and the other one grow up to be
twin is two. Wait.
Okay, keep it going.
But I said twin boys.
Don't just keep it going. Don't
see
now you see
she always
just move
do that.
on. Just let it be. Hallelujah. We just learned that in the first segment. Let it be. Keep it going.
So if the twin boys go, one of them becomes an alcoholic like the dad, and the other one does not. They didn't both follow the same thing that they saw. One child said, okay, he became an alcoholic and his life turned out miserable, so I'm not going to do that. The other one said he became an alcoholic and I did it because I saw him do it. You see things and you understand them, you process them completely differently. So to me, as you said, the guilty of association, if you are a child, a son, that watch your father cheat and you grow up and you decide that you're going to be a cheater, you may only be a cheater because you seen your dad do it, and that's the perception, the perspective that you thought. You thought it was okay. You thought if dad, do whatever he decided to do to make things right, if that made it okay to you and it made sense to you, then that's what you're going to do. And if you understand mom's point of view of seeing that pain and being hurt by dad always cheating, then you might grow up and be a man that never cheats.
Right.
So in this situation, I feel like that woman may have previously dealt with so many things that when she's faced with the cheating this time, she not with it. Or when she faced it this time, she decides, I'm going to cheat back and teach him a lesson. You get what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Colleen said, 2 wrongs don't make it right.
That's
but
true.
2 people can overcome it. Depends on the maturity of whether the 2 adults on where the 2 adults in the relationship are.
And see, I don't disagree with her. I agree with her. However, there's more to what she's talking about than this. I mean, I think anybody watching knows 2 wrongs don't make it right. That's pretty obvious. But what I'm saying is, okay, so let's call this spade a spade. The wife made everything worse when she cheated, got pregnant, and wanted to keep the baby. Right?
Right.
We understand it. That's surface level. What I'm saying is, this wouldn't even be a thing if the husband don't cheat first. You can't say, we can switch the conversation and switch the question and say, well, if the wife cheat first and want to keep the baby, and then the husband cheat and now she want a divorce, who's more wrong? But that's a different question. The question is, if the husband cheats first, lies about it, wife finds out, cheats, gets pregnant, and want to keep the baby, who's more wrong? The man can't be mad at his wife. Well, he could, but you started it.
He started it.
You made this bed. Now you got to lay in it.
Right. You created the monster.
Yeah, because suppose he'd have cheated and got somebody else pregnant, and they want to keep the baby. That's not even in his hands.
And it has been like that many times.
To me
on
personally,
like
I said, you see things and you grow differently. I don't even want to use anybody specific as an example.
Yeah, please don't.
But when you see those things, you have to hope and pray that you are able to grow to be a better person, to have a good understanding of what you encounter. You ain't saying nothing, so I'm assuming you agree.
What the freak? I didn't tell you I agreed or disagree with anything. I'm just listening, so please continue. It's 7:57.
So, I mean, that's how I feel about it. That's not to say that the woman is wrong. That's not to say that the man is wrong. But I personally think that it has more to do with what happened in the beginning as far as him cheating than her reaction to it. Because her reaction was not correct. However, she wouldn't have to react to anything if he didn't do that in the first place. You should also have boundaries. Have conversations like, okay, most people, if you get cheated on, it's a deal breaker. Some people, if you get cheated on, they just cheat back on you.
And some
people don't do nothing.
And they just get closer together.
Yeah,
let's get back closer. Let's make it happen.
They want the password to your phone, and they want to restrict you from calling.
Mr. Wilbur, something wrong with you.
You ain't going nowhere. Where you going at? I'm just going to the store.
I've yet to really understand that, because, and then maybe I'm far-fetched because, no, I guess... You see, it's a lot of people out here that say that they wouldn't put up with it and really would behind closed doors.
Yeah, they would. Especially if nobody don't know.
Yeah. And
oh, you don't know about that, baby?
I know somebody like that.
But then, you know, it's a ton of it's a ton of shame and embarrassment that goes to that too.
Yeah.
But that's why I was telling Cortez this on the way here. I'm at this point in my life where when I start encountering issues and problems, you know how you got a child and you explain something to them, and after everything you explain to them, they ask why, but why?
Yeah.
And you give them an answer and they say, but why?
Yeah.
And then you give them an answer and they say, why? Like, that's how it goes on in my head. Like, when I try to figure something out about me and why I like certain things or why I don't like certain things or why I am a certain way, I follow it up with why. And then why again, and then why again. And it really, really breaks down every little thing to say, okay, this is why you think that way. This is why you are the way you are.
Right.
And it really makes things easier because now I can kind of separate situations and why I would do something a certain way and not call myself crazy for doing or feeling something. Because like Cortez tries to do sometimes, if you ain't, you know, holy but, you know, for lack of better words, just a son of God and doing things the way that Jesus would do it, then
you crucified.
Yeah, and I try to.
That what you
How
said.
do I
That
say
is
it?
another show y'all going into right now.
No, I'm gonna say it like this.
Okay.
I don't look at every little thing I do and be like, if Jesus wouldn't do it, I wouldn't do it. And for instance, what I just said about a family member asking me for money after I come up, I'm not about to give you this money just because you family. It could have been my homeboy. It would have been the same thing. If you wasn't one of my day ones, you're not getting anything. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't have $1 trillion to go pass out to everybody. That's how you go broke.
Amen.
I didn't work this hard to start doing all this stuff for you. That don't mean I don't have a big heart and want to just reach out to people and help them. But it's my choice on who I help and how I help. I'm not letting people ride my coattails to the top. We're not doing that.
$801. You can go ahead and close out.
She ready to wrap it up.
I am.
It's another show.
So
all right.
That's a hot show.
This was Royale Urban Media TV. We appreciate everybody for joining in.
Thank you guys for watching.
We are over and out.
Peace.